This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers.
Let's go, baby.
Here we go. Wait, 80!
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
I got you.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, a run with Breida.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
19.
Twist. Undercrush.
Further. 19. Hey, easy. Check.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Reload. Check 22, jet cover. 22, jet cover.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Zebra.
Bang. Shoot.
19.
56, the mic, boys. 56.
18.
Hey, man.
Friday.
Check it out.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Josh Gordon, 35 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
6 guys. 80 weapons.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Flush to his right. Incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Listen. Check.
They go play action with Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Nick Bosa drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Here we go. 12. Hey, gun.
To throw is Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And all the way the 24-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. And even 50 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
U61, matchbox lights.
Now Garoppolo. And he fires one incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Here we go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. They'll try to run with Breida, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe get this game tied up.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. On 1st down, Procise. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
They run it with Carson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Quick throw out to Gordon on the perimeter. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
190.
56, right there.
Got it.
I got one. Watch this.
Good job right there. Tempo, tempo.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Deuce, deuce.
Good job, watch out. Fair, fair. Still good, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, 0, 0, 0.
Here we go.
One flat, one flat.
Mike's 56.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf there to make the grab, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and 1, Garoppolo eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Escaping the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down. D. Ford gets to him well behind the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 17 yards. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Breida. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Checked up.
11.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Here we go. 2. I got you.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on fourth.
Watch the safety creep. 12, fellas. Here we go.
Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. It's going to be a...
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
25.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
What? 20. 14. Got it. Spot that. Run left.
He's coming in motion. Hey.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Check out route. Hot. Watch the twist.
All go special.
Sponge. No.
Good job right there. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Go.
Ball trot.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Gordon, complete. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch
14.
32.
Watch that.
Kill. Rotate. Spell.
Let's go.
Here's Carson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, guys, listen. Good, guys, 4 down. Hey, easy. Front it.
They go play action now. Wilson gets it to Gordon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. He's crashing.
Alert.
Check. Lucky.
Run it.
Now it's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Four down.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
One left.
56 is the mic. Here we go, G. 56. Mike, 56. Right.
Gun.
56. Wild Bill.
Run left.
56. Mike, 56.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Now he's going to send this one deep right. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Boy, a tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Check, nickel. Alert 3.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, gun.
Garoppolo now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They run with Breida, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
21. Check Mike, 27. Check Mike. Hey, gun.
To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, on fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. And they'll try and burn some clock with a sneak. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle. The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Here we go, 46, 46. 55. Right there, look, 55.
Check, 55, come on. Check, 55, come on.
26.
Throwing on second down, Prescott. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
First down, Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down now, it's Cook. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
X3, 218, chop it. Switch it. Done.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Gun.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Alert flag, alert Joker, 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 Joker.
Hey, Steamer.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
At the Cowboys' 29-yard
Check
line.
3, check 3.
Bingo.
Check 52.
Gun.
Over. Roy. Mike 55. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
Black.
See me.
Rhino.
On second down, Cook. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
All day, baby. Let's go. Come on, fellas. Switch. 49, check.
Hey, flicker. Take the hot.
On first down, it's Cook looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On second down, it's Cook, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. On now the former Cowboy, Dan Bailey, for the field goal try. Bailey's kick is good, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome. It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves. On second down, it's Pollard. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side. So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime. Need to give the coach some highlights here. Yes, we do. Prescott now, and he'll have his man. That's Cooper. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
Kill. 47.
From the 39, Prescott flushed out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
47. Swerve, 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A 1st down carry by Elliott. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. On 2nd down now, Pollard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
47. 55.
Throwing, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And Forbath will put this one through, and that will knot things up here late in the 1st half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. 2nd half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This will be taken short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mike.
Jahan, what are these?
55, Mike. I got it. Chance.
What's that?
Third down, Dalvin Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And finally taken down at the 15. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 15. Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Lynch 50.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Cook. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Watch out. Deuce.
Gun.
Deuce.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 10-3. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Tavon Austin, he's going to go. Touchdown, Cowboys. He goes 105 yards on the kick return as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
We're going to 54. Under. Trump.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play here for the Cowboys. 42 yards. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Punching it in from a yard away. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Forbath, the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think...
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Robert Quinn, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Check 13. Check left. Listen to me.
Hey, turn it up.
Hey, Delta. Gun. Motion.
To throw is Cousins. Incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.